welcome to my YouTube channel. During the past couple of months, during the pandemic that we've just been through and we're still going through, a lot has happened in my life that I finally decided to take, this YouTube thing seriously and to start to not make excuses about the things that I want to achieve. I've been making excuses, procrastinating, and facing many challenges, and using those challenges as excuses to why I cannot do videos. Sometimes I wake up and I'm very tired and I don't even want to do anything, and I just tell myself, well, I don't want to do that. But recently I've realized that life is short and long, and it's quite interesting how much we procrastinate with the assumption that we have time, that I'll get around to do it, but somehow we never actually get to do it. And that's something that I've done. If you look at my channel, I started it like a year ago, but I haven't really posted much, I haven't really done much, I haven't really come up with a lot of content, even though I have a lot of ideas in my head. But what has happened is I've had to work my ass off to put myself in a position whereby I can be able to make these videos, get the equipment that I need for these videos. And I made every excuse. I don't have a camera, I do have a camera now. I don't have lighting, I do have lighting now. I don't have a microphone, I do have a microphone now. But when you think back, it's like I realized that I actually didn't need any of those things. All you need in today's world is your phone and your willingness to put out content, to create content, and not make excuses. With that being said, I'm back. I'll be aiming to publish 2 to 3 videos a week moving forward for you guys. This channel is meant to be an inspirational channel. It's meant to be a channel of learning. It's meant to be a channel that we sit down and I share with you guys some of the things that I'm learning, and it's something that will help me be accountable to myself, and as I pursue my dreams, as I pursue the things that I want to achieve in this world. With that being said, today's video I want to talk about something that's been on my mind, something that I think about, that I've thought about a lot. It's probably one of the things that, if you know me, you identify me with. If you look at the name of this channel, it's Kevin the Afrima. What the Afrima stands for is just Kevin the African Dreamer. I used to go by the name King Kevin because I believed I was made in royalty, but I decided to change that and for me to become more holistic, and not, because when you call yourself royalty, I don't really know much about my ancestors, but I do know yet I have royal blood in me, and it's not something that you have to, I'm royal, But being Kevin the African Dreamer, it's something that I wanted to put in my name, because there's a lot of young Africans, around the world, back in Africa as well, whom wish they could do something with their lives, who wish they could pursue their dreams, they could pursue a better life, become, the things that they dream of, the things that they wish of. But for a lot of us, we don't really have a lot of inspirational figures in our lives, and those who are inspirational to us are so far they're so far disattached to us. Like they're not, I don't know if that's a word, but they're not they're not practical to us. When you look at soccer players, it's like there's a separation from us. The most successful people, most successful Africans are people that we cannot touch, we're not close to. If you look at me, where I come from, we have a lot of successful people, but we've never seen them face to face, and some don't even they don't even recognize where they're from, because it affects the bag, right? If you come from a little African country and you're out here trying to become a big actor, so you mention it, but at the end of the day you don't, and that's cool, But for me, if I'm to be successful with this, I want it to be Kevin the African Dreamer, because that means young kids coming up can choose, to be young dreamers. You can be Peter the African Dreamer, you can be Sarah the African Dreamer, you can be, John or whoever you choose to be. So that brings us to what this video is about today. Today I'll be talking about, something that a lot of times we don't think about, but when you're coming up, when you're telling people the things that you wish to have in your life. I remember the first time I saw an Audi. It was an Audi S4, a red S4. I was at a restaurant, and I loved this car, man. It was red, it had black tints, it was fast. He ended up losing to one of those custom-made cars, but I fell in love with the car. And I remember telling my friend that, one day I'm gonna own an Audi, and I didn't know what it was, and I realized that. So for some reason I thought that was an Audi A4, and I told my friend I'm gonna get it, and he told me, man, you just dreaming, it's impractical, it's impossible. And he was right. It was impossible for me to get an Audi A4 back then. Even to today, it's impractical, because right now I think 2020 version costs like 50 grand, and I don't have 50,000 to spend on a car. But when I look back to that, he called me, it's good to have a dream. I remember talking to my mom, and she's like, it's good to have a dream, it's good to have a dream. And people have labeled me a dreamer from that time, to today. People have labeled me a dreamer from that time period to today, and it's interesting, when you think about like, oh, why are you calling me a dreamer? Why are you calling me someone who's not practical, And when I think about it, it's like, man, what do I have to do to achieve these things? And when you think about like the people you expect to support you, to encourage you to chase your dreams, and they're telling you things like it's impractical, it's impossible, at some point you have to believe them. At some point you have to be like, man, wow. And then for me, I'll go from telling them that I want to get this Audi. I still don't have it, but I'm working on it. I want to have this Audi, and then you move from that to you started, I want to write a book. I want to be New York Times bestseller. I want to be that type of person. And people label you, man, that's just a dream. Go to school, get a degree, get a job, get married, live your life. Don't try and do anything else, because it's impractical. And I was like, man, what does it mean? So often I've always wondered, like, what does it mean to be labeled a dreamer? And I've never been able to answer it, because it's not for me. Like when I go to sleep, I used to think that you, as a child, like the definition of a dream is what you do when you close your eyes, the visions you see, the things that you see during your sleep, and you wake up and remember, right? That those are dreams. And I would dream of random things. I would dream being in Avengers, running around with Captain America, flying, being Superman. Or I'd have dreams whereby I was dating Halle Berry. I'd have dreams where I was dating Tinashe. I'd have dreams where I'm dating Beyonce. I'd have dreams where I'm making music with Beyonce. Those were some of the things that I would just see in my mind. But those were not the things that I desired. I desired having an Audi. I desired writing a book. I actually have 2, but not published. But those are the things that I desired, and things that I dreamed about, but they were all constantly different. So that led me down a path of, okay, what does it mean when people call you a dreamer? And I did some research, and according to the Collins Dictionary, if you describe someone as a dreamer, you mean that they spend a lot of time thinking about and planning for things that they would like to happen, but which are improbable or impractical. So when someone labels you a dreamer, it simply means you want things that are impractical, that basically impossible based on current reality, current situation. So it's something that I've carried, and now I've literally decided to put it in my name, call myself Kevin, the African Dreamer. But one thing that I've realized about that is when you're a dreamer, it's easy to fall into the trap of having dreams and believing yourself that that's all I am. You also have to become more of a visionary, more of a practicalist, because it's one thing to have a dream, it's another thing to make it a reality. And for a lot of people that have achieved success, like they tell you, don't give up on your dreams. When you look at the greatest Formula One driver of all time, Lewis Hamilton, he says it, it's like, never give up on your dreams. But then for some people it's very difficult. I can speak from that because I've gone through a lot of stages and I'm not even close to what my dreams are. I'm not even close to getting that Audi. I'm not close to having a book published. I'm not close to working with Beyonce. Like, those are my dreams. But it takes time, it takes work, it takes effort. And the one thing about being a dreamer is it's so disheartening, because when you decide to pursue your dreams, when you decide to say, okay, now I'm going to chase my dream, the one thing that you fall victim to, or that you fall on your sword on, is you face a lot of opposition. Like, be it your family, people don't want to support you, or they want to support you but they don't view what you like as how do I put it? They don't view what you want to do as practical, so they won't support you as much as you'd like for them to support you, and it's disheartening, to be honest. But at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to be like, man, it is what it is, and I have to become a better person at pursuing my own dreams. So anyway, the one thing that I just wanted to put it out today to you is, when people label you a dreamer, just know that it's impractical, it's improbable. But when you have a dream, it's downright up to you to decide whether you're going to pursue that dream, whatever it is. It's you. You can tell me your dream. You can tell me, man, I want to be an astronaut. To be honest with you, I have no idea how people become astronauts. And to me, that might be improbable. But to you, it cannot be, because it's in your head and you see it. Your brain can create ways for you to become an astronaut. So anyway, as I conclude, I'll remind you guys, my name is Kevin and I have a dream. My dream is that one day people who look like me, and I don't just mean my skin color, but people who look like me, who come from places like I do, we will have people to look up to that have traveled that journey. They think that is possible, but it's highly improbable. These are the people who have been labeled dreamers and shunned for it, being different. I've created this channel for us, for you, for me. On this channel, I will document my journey and showcase my talents and hopes of becoming a successful African storyteller. My goal is to inspire and I don't want to be a motivational. I don't want to motivate. I want to inspire young people, young Africans, old people, old Africans, to pursue their dreams and to create your own narrative, your own story. It might not be the most perfect story. We might not achieve the highest of the highs, but life is a process, and you have to be willing to go through various challenges in order to achieve the successes that we desire, the dreams that we have, and the things that we want to pursue. With that being said, it's been your boy